Hello everyone, Happy New Year, it is me, Posey, and here I am telling you what my future plans are because I've got a lot of them, let me just say that. Now, I'm trying to keep this video as concise and as direct as possible, but it may be a little bit hard because I haven't scripted any of it. For some reason, I thought that was going to be a genius idea. That, or I was too lazy to write down a script because I'm also working on my book, but that's fine. Now, 2023 has been a wild year for me, and it's been a pretty wild year in general. And I would like to make some big changes to my life moving forward, and that includes how I run my YouTube channel. I want to pivot entirely to a very specific form of content, instead of just going all over the place like I have these last few years. And realistically, since the very start of my channel, I'm going to be shifting this channel into a long-form analysis and primarily writing advice channel. And that's going to include stuff like book reviews, video essays, critiques, sort of stuff like that. I'll even be reviewing some of my old stories that I wrote with some of my old friends back in like 2017, maybe even earlier than that. I'm actually very excited to do that. I just need to make sure I have access to all of those stories again, which I'm pretty sure I still do, but we'll have to make sure doubly. One thing that I'm particularly excited about, and I mean, this is pretty big news for people who've been watching my channel for a few years now, I'm going to do a retrospective on all of Songs of War, critiquing it as a story, and not based on the fact that the director David R.B. is, as I announced in my video, Predator. So, yeah, that's nice. I want to actually re-examine the series with a clean slate perspective, and I'm going to decide whether or not it actually holds up as a work of writing, regardless of how terrible of a person the director and the writer was. I should say main writer, there was a second writer whose name is Clémence Lessau, I believe. I'm sure I got that French wrong, but whatever. Regardless, that's a video I'm pretty excited about. During this year, I'm also probably going to move into talking about a bit more controversial and serious topics. Compared to my previous years, I've delved into that a little bit, with stuff like my Matt Walsh video about him being an absolute piece of shit about trans people, but you might see a bit more of that, although discussed in a more analytical way and less of a quick response video way, mainly because my videos are focused on art from now on and writing, and a lot of writing reflects the real world and the stuff that happens in it, and serious subjects are pretty much inescapable when you're talking about art as a result. So I think it's pretty important that I touch upon those things, especially because the world is getting really, really bad all around us, and I feel like the stuff that happens in the world really has to be talked about. So we can all make an effort to try and make it a little bit better, because I want that to be what my community does. From now on, I'm also going to be intent on linking charities in the descriptions of every video I make. I cannot do actual YouTube giving fundraisers because I'm not monetized yet, but as soon as I will move into trying to do those. For now, though, we're just going to have to do with stuff like Tiltify, and that's fine by me. I'm just going to have charity links in the descriptions of every video, and I'm going to point them out in the videos so that people who want to donate some bucks to charity, if they can spare any, can go down to the description, navigate to the websites, and pitch in as much as they like. As much as they're comfortable with, I should say. Another thing I really want to improve on in 2024 is my ability to cite sources properly and even greatly, perhaps. And I want to take a lot more care in making sure that the people who give me the information I use to build arguments and build my content are properly credited for the role they played. And I will not kid you here, because yes, this is pretty much entirely because of H-Bomber-Guy's new video on plagiarism. H-Bomber-Guy is a creator I really respect, and he also revealed the really bad practices of a creator I also watched whose name was James Somerton, and that really opened my eyes to how important this stuff is. Not just in an academic setting, but also on the internet. So from now on, I'm going to be taking extra care in doing that, and I strongly advise all of you to check my sources, no matter what. Even if you're inclined to agree with me by default, even if you're biased in my favor, please check my sources, make sure I'm doing everything properly, and if I'm not, please send a criticism my way so I can fix things immediately. I would really appreciate that. So what else am I doing? Well, I have Tridentainment, which I am now going to actually work on and put stuff on. There's going to be a little pop-up in the corner right about now, where you can go to Tridentainment's intro video so you can find out what that channel's for. But, like, the basic premise that you need to know right now is that it's more or less a creative hub where, like, me and my friends get together and just kind of dump the stuff we're working on as art, as well as do stuff like podcasting and other fun stuff in the background, like collective gaming sessions and whatnot. I'm also developing my gaming channel, which is primarily Minecraft right now, But it is doing pretty successful for a new channel I just made while having no momentum even on this channel, so that's nice, and you can go check it out right now. There's going to be another pop-up for that. And lastly, we have Animation Wins, which has been really staggering lately. If you do not know this, the original owner of Animation Wins, Hoovian103, my very, very good friend, she gave over Animation Wins to me and another of the co-writers who she hired back in 2020, whose name was Thoughts of Everything, who has since left. So I'm basically the last of the original team left, but I've assembled a bunch of other people, and we all tangentially work on Animation Wins now. But it has been a bit staggering lately. We actually haven't been gaining subscribers ever since the original shift happened. Basically, ever since Huvian lost motivation and stopped making content herself, we've been on a downward slope, and I want to kind of reinvigorate interest in the channel by doing new things. And that's going to be discussed in the video right over there. I'm pointing in the wrong direction, but in that pop-up right there, you'll find the video. So, there you go. Thank you very much for listening to this video. There's pretty much nothing else I really want to discuss. I just want to say, happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates Christmas, and the same goes for every other type of celebration that's been celebrated in the general time frame. So I really wish all of you well, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful 2024. I hope this year is better than the last and brings us a lot of good fortune. And with that being said, goodbye, and I'll see you next time.